Yo, we are just going to jump right into it. This anime is probably the best. No, not even probably. This anime is the best anime of all time. I don't care about anyone's squabbles, bickers, and debates. There is absolutely nothing one could say negatively about this anime. Go ahead, anyone, just anyone. Leave it in the comments if you can, and point out one flaw about this anime that ruins it. Like, whether it be for the entire anime community or just anime in general. Just throw it on out there and tell me why this anime is terrible in any bit. Because you know what? Whether you do or don't, if it's like a general term or just a general excuse as to why you're personally biased against like this anime and you think it's terrible because you're jealous of it or whatever, I'm just gonna apply that same logic to some of the very common animes that are popular right now, and then I'm just gonna knock down your entire just your excuse, your pathetic excuse as to why you don't think this anime is amazing. This anime right here is probably number one on my favorite animes. This goes over Cowboy Bebop. This goes over Outlaw Star. This goes over fucking Rurouni Kenshin. This goes over Hunter x Hunter. Like, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Any anime, like, I can think of a few more, or just so many, and this anime right here just is notches, even leagues above it. And I just gotta say, it's mostly because there's so much character development in here. A lot of you guys know that the stuff that I care about when it comes to anime is the characters. You know, you can put some nice characters in front of me, but I gotta know how deep they are. You know, I gotta know whether there's some depth to them, if there's anything interesting that will make me basically want to, you know, not want them dead in a series, or if they're written off, whatever. You know, there's got to be something interesting about a character that makes me want to pay attention to them more, and thus pay attention to this series. And I gotta say, all of the characters, most, they have that. The character development is there. It's real. Like, another thing is, there's so much to say about the animation. The quality of it is beautiful. That cannot be challenged. There's absolutely nothing one could say that is negative about the animation quality of this anime right here. It's beautiful. There's substance in it, absolutely. Like, that's just not debatable at all. Going back to the characters again, it's like when it comes to animation and these characters, it's quality. Like, you can see that there is just so much to be in awe over, you know, as an aspiring animation artist. This is something that I strive for. You know, just the quality and the beauty and the overall aspects and effort that they put into this series. That's what makes it number one. I mean, like I said, it's not just the animation, but it's also the characters. I absolutely adore most of the characters in this series because, again, there's just so much depth to them. And I'd explain further, but it's kind of self-explanatory, so I feel there's really no need. Another thing, too, is the story of this anime overall. The story is deep. You know, there's a lot of school life anime, or like seinen or josei, you know, stories that require, you know, ones who search for a deep message or aspect or something within certain series or comics and whatever. And this right here has it. There's just so much depth to the story. It's about bonds and togetherness, and just like there's a type of nostalgia in there when it comes to these characters' bonds, when it all ties to the story, and it reminds you of how you felt when you watched Pokemon, and how Ash was so close to all of his Pokemon and best friends forever and shit like that. Like, this anime right here has it. It has it all. There's absolutely no flaws within it. Fuck, what else is there to say? I feel like I'm gushing, but I kind of don't care, because this anime deserves it. Again, it's number one on my list for best anime of all time. The music that the anime provides, whether it's opening or ending, I honestly prefer the endings most of all, in opposed to the openings. Not saying that the openings are bad, it's just that the endings, if something is already amazing and you are surprised that something else can top it, that's what the endings are of this anime. It's amazing quality. Just, I'm out of breath even thinking about it. Like, I'm just so overwhelmed by the fact that there are people out there who still strive for perfection in anime. Hayao Miyazaki, hopefully his attitude towards anime and the industry in itself has turned around thanks to this anime, because I think all of the qualities are there. Everything is there, when it comes to story depth and realness. This anime has it. When it comes to beautiful characters with depth, and by beautiful I don't mean like physically, like who cares about the physical stuff, right? Like, who cares? It's all about what's inside. And honestly, personality, heart, soul, mind, these characters are deep. And I know if Hayao gave this series a chance and watched it just for the fuck of it, he would probably, most likely, 85 if not 95%, that would be how high of a chance there would be for him to just suddenly have faith in anime again. This series is just completely amazing, and fuck all the haters who try to say that this story isn't deep or the characters are very bland. Fuck you. Rewatch both of the seasons and kind of wake up. Everything that you want, it's there. You can compare it to any popular anime. You can compare it to any popular anime, and you'll see that there are several qualities that both animes and stories within themselves share. I just have to keep going back to the realness and the depth between the bonds of all these characters, because this is what true friendship is, if you've ever wondered what it's like to have people who are completely down for you and completely there to support you and stuff like that, this is school life. This right here, this anime is the definition of school life. And fuck anyone who says anything different, because this right here, it makes it very clear within each episode, within each season, it makes it very clear how deep this story is. What else is there? Each character, I'd love to talk about each character, but I'd just go on and this video would be longer than possible. But if I can be brief, each character has their own uniqueness that basically brings the story more to life than the story in itself. And that's what I absolutely love when it comes to anime. When there is a story that's good and then you have characters that are great, and then the story and the characters, both of them, they complement each other, and then it makes the whole series as a whole just completely amazing. Again, there's always going to be haters for, certain animes or series that are, whether they're jealous because they can't think of any good ideas that are as good as these, or, you know, perhaps they were working on something that was kind of like this, but someone in the anime industry already beat them to the punch. Who fucking cares? Just appreciate that somebody took the time out of their life to make something so amazing and shared it with everybody. You know, like, that's the great thing about this series. There are subtle messages, and then there are apparent messages throughout the entire series that make it amazing, and that makes you wake up and realize, you know, there's more to life than what we truly think. You know, there's just more to life, you know. You might think a certain task or hobby is just benign or like not even important, but when you give it a moment and you actually think about it, and you see characters like these show how much passion and, you know, fervor and determination towards, you know, something that could be seen as like not important, and you see how important it is to them, you start to understand things, and there's something within you that feels for these characters because it's just so realistic. There's so much more I can say about this series. So much. But I mean, again, I'd be rambling on forever, and I don't want to do that. Starting now, I'm going to be making my content a little more short, but this is what I just wanted to say, that this right here, this is one of the best animes, and it's number one of all time. I don't give a fuck what anyone else says. I don't care if you try to debate it. This anime here is number one. No question about it. You ask me if it's better than Dragon Ball Z? Absolutely. You ask me if it's better than Naruto? Absolutely. Because there's no fucking filler. It's straight to the point, deep, thorough, fucking goodness, holiness, you know? There's substance here. You know? And it's not about, like, dudes screaming and trying to overpower each other with fucking magic and shit. That shit's fake. This is real. This applies to real life. Hobbies that you make a passion, and friends who always have your back. That's what this anime is all about, and I fucking appreciate it. I love it. It's number one. And fuck all the haters who think that people like this anime for a completely different reason. What? Because the animation's pretty good? Yeah, it is. Give credit where credit is due. But also just give credit to the fact that this is a good anime with a good story, with good characters, with a good plot, and it's just amazing. Give it that. What's wrong with that? Will you die if you give it that? Fuck out of here. Anyway, that's been my review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Rate, comment, give it a like. I've always wanted to say this. Smash that fucking like button. Smash that fucking fave button too. I don't know if there's a fave button. Smash it the fuck up. But that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.